As I talked about EnVyUs just before we went into this, like it's quite predictable what they do on the A side. Kenny there alone most of the time. Teams are starting to exploit that now, but we'll see how they approach this situation. G2 now sending most of the team, actually all 5 players it seems, towards the B bomb site. Actually going for the straight up rush here. Incendiary's dropped. Who's going to get this first frag as they make their way in?
It is Devil that at least finds one. Again, dancing behind the statue. He's got an assist onto NVK's 2 kills. Apex has 2 of his own. Brilliantly done. EnVyUs hold on. First gun away from G2. And EnVyUs looking very solid on that B position. The retake and the pistol impressive, and that hold very, very effective.
Well, G2 obviously, like I said, they got a lot of kills in those second and third rounds. So they are hoping that their EnVyUs economy would be a little less swelled than it was. They didn't expect the incendiaries to be dropped straight away. Went for a straight up B rush there. Needed to find early frags going in, but unfortunately, it's just a decent crossfire from EnVyUs capitalizing. And it's going to be 3-0 in favor of the former world champions. Bouncing back, Matthew. Are you believing
it's
this
a large former? I'm not. No, stop. That's ridiculous.
Too soon?
One online match? Come on.
Come on. You've got to have some faith.
All right, well, if they win Malmo.
Okay. Then you're back on board.
Then I'm back.
You're back on the hype train.
They make it to the semis in Malmo. NBK going to take down Body, the new member of G2. It is Scream that's going to be walking in again with just the Deagle. And NBK is waiting in the open, mind you. So he needs to be swift about this because any flash down could have gone for a quick refrag. RPK will get it with the Tech 9, not before losing 2 of his teammates. And Happy will come in to finish him off, clean him up. And Apex there. So 4-0 EnVyUs.
One of the things I do like about EnVyUs' Cobble is MBK on the CT side. He can be very strong in that drop-down room. Time and time again, he's proven himself to be a very valuable asset for his side in that position. So he picks up a few frags there, obviously against the upgraded pistols, but still 4-0 in favour of EnVyUs now. We go into the next gun round. It's Smiths. I called him out before. He's impressed me yesterday with the AWP. He's currently on 0 for 4, but now he has got the AWP. Same story for Kenny S as well. This battle, you'd assume on paper, would be favouring Kenny, but current form would not suggest going into it. I guess if you talk about Kenny, like the team's been playing bad, but Kenny's actually been stepping up quite a lot for his team. It's not like he's been the problem. He is finding frags.
Another Titan situation, isn't it?
Wow, that's what I'm thinking.
Poor Kenny. It's like AZ when he goes over to FaZe. Hey, welcome aboard. You've been playing sick on Dignitas. Can you just top frag while we all suck again?
Well, that's pretty vicious then, huh?
That's all right. It was a true point. I'm not saying it's a permanent description of those teams. I'm just saying that was the situation at the time.
All right. Good backpedaling.
It's not backpedaling, it's truth. You're the one who backed me into the corner. I just stated facts.
4-0 now, and we can see G2 slowing things down. They've got control of long A as well, and towards middle. It's actually a change of setup here for EnVyUs. As I was saying before, they normally have pretty poor reading of the game, but it's actually Apex coming back in. RPK gets dropped. That's an audacious face from Apex, but he does manage to make it work from 5-4 now, continuing their form. As Scream actually getting pressured here. I don't think he expects this. It's Apex who finds the second as well. Lovely stuff from him. Now they can fall back. They don't need to do any more work here. It'd be crazy to try and face any more angles here, but it looks like they will be doing just that. I'll be falling back from middle slightly, and now it's up to Shocks. He can drop down. He's going to get caught out by Happy.
Well, it's Body that's going to take down Apex. It's the only kill so far for G2, but Smiths is still alive. He's got Happy. Devil's position, though, because the ball might be down at the bottom of mid, but he's going to try and go around and catch out Smiths. Problem is that his timing, thankfully NBK's there, because Smiths, if he grabbed that, had a chance to run it back toward B. Good kill. He's brought this down, just 2 remaining, but Devil's going to come back into this, and Smith's not at all aware. Time's up. Not only that, he's going to die after the time. The op's gone.
That means you get no money. You can have a look at Smith's screamer now, $200. And he was the AWP, of course, so he'd have saved that. That would have been great. But it's another very convincing round for EnVyUs there. Actually looking a little bit more aggressive. It seems like they found their mojo finally. Facing towards middle and hunting for kills and utilising their sick fraggers they have available. It was Apex who stepped up that round. Double AWP set up this time, so Kenny S and Happy will be setting up turrets on either side of the map. This is the classic setup I was mentioning before. Kenny S will be going towards danger, looking for that first pick. Devil missing the alpha footsteps. All 5 players, 4G2 towards that side of the map will be flashing through and trying to swarm the bomb site here.
Happy just staring this down right now from behind this statue. It's Devil again that finds one. Happy's peeked at the right time, spots another toward the arch but can't find the angle. It's RPK inside of the site. Now Happy overwhelmed, has Shocks come out from drop because they go passive, and nobody realized that teammate because suddenly he's left in the open, but Apex does get RPK back. And it comes to a 2 versus 2. These Tech 9s have done a reasonable job. They still have the bomb up. And Smiths is going to try and do some backpedaling, as you would say, Henry.
Yeah, the Tech 9s, they'll get you if you're not careful. 2-on-2 now, but the weaponry advantage still heavily in favour of EnVyUs. G2 unable to salvage a rifle just yet. They have got the bomb on towards Smiths, and a smoke grenade as well, but ECS ready for this. Oh, that's a shot I thought he was going to hit. It does get dinked in the process. Making off the balcony now. Actually staying here as well. This is quite clever, you know.
Let's just look how far they push King back.
Okay, they just come back and shoot the smoke anyway. Shocks gets him through the smoke. 2-on-1 now. Apex in a horrible position, as they have managed to get the bomb plant in the process.
Apex nades out, does do decent damage onto Shocks. It'll help him with the M4, which doesn't have the high damage potential that the AKs do, but it's Tech 9. He's again crossfire set. Shocks holds it, and G2 now again similar situation to what we saw in the first game this morning, winning their first round, but putting a reset into what was an eco for them. So look at the buy. Look at their money post buy.
Well, Scream will be dropping an AWP as well, so it's not going to be fantastic after that. So they will be able to do something with this round. They need to start getting a couple of rounds together, though. After this, $1,400 will mean another eco coming in. It's a change of setup here, though, for EnVyUs. This is what I was talking about. They actually look like they've got some new tricks up their sleeve here. 3 players towards long A, and there's going to be ECS with them as well. They're going to have to be challenged by Smith with the AWP. We'll see whether they can bounce back after that second round. Oh my god, it's a great start there. EnVyUs kicking things off with 2 frags towards long A. Once again, can afford to fall back to the bomb side now, but that crossfire working out so efficiently, not even dropping a single bit of damage in the process. So now 3 players of G2 towards the B bomb site, and not really many options here. Body needs to find something with this as he's going in first.
Devil's the one behind the statue that's waiting for this entry. He's been fairly decent so far early on in this game. Spots out, has to hit the shot, can't do it early, but does manage it. Down to 8 HP is the problem. As RPK, he knows, has crossed over behind the boxes as well, and RPK's got the lineup. He's got more than that in front of him, but it's NVK that's going to take him down. 4 stay alive for Envy, and it's a full reset coming in now for G2.
Yeah, they could force this again if they wanted to. You can see Smiths and RPK have got 3,400 and 2,800. So they could do something with this. I would say take the full eco and try and spread the wealth in the next round, but EnVyUs really coming to life now. Not going to be using the double AWP setup for now. Just ECS back on that weapon as we go into round number 8. Is this a force buy? I think it is. So they've gone for Tech 9s.
Wow. It was late.
So we've got RPK on $1,900 still, but assuming almost certainly an eco coming in. But here we go then. ECS, Apex lighting up the scoreboard here. Scream does answer back, but the bomb has been dropped, so they are going to be able to rotate here. The CT's in full control of this situation. 2 players remain for G2, and Happy with great control of the map here. You'd have thought he would get that kill all day long, but somehow doesn't land it. And Scream gets one back. He has gone down to 48 HP though. They have got the bomb as well, so still a small chance of taking this one, but got their well cut out for them, I have to say.
Scream goes all the way back to T-spawn. Wrapping the long way to beat. Perhaps thinking someone might be occupying the tunnels, but a minute to play with. Needing at least 1 kill on entry as they've divided up. 2 players over toward long A, searching still for information, but it is going to be NBK that waits at this arch.
Scream's got him incendiary.
Yes, perfect play.
If he was to actually drop this could be perfect, but actually NBK does move in time, so that possibility is eradicated. They are smoked out as well, giving their position away.
Yeah, and the problem is that smoke, which is going to delay them, is also going to call for the rotation, which means the chance to isolate NBK has gone. Flash down, RPK looking over top of the drop already.
They're committed now as well, so RPK needs to do something with this. They're going to be sitting between drop down and upper. It's going to come down to RPK to find his first frag, but NBK is watching him like a hawk. Does a lot of damage there, but finally gets the kill, and now it's just up to Scream. Gets the first headshot. 10 seconds to play with. Going to be flashing off and going for the frags here.
It is still easily dealt with as Scream covers the angle on the cross. Or rather, excuse me, Devil covers the angle onto Scream. Names backwards, dyslexic. I have a dog complex.
Yes, you do.
Do you get it?
Yes.
Alright, good.
It's quite good for you. It's 7 plays 1. GT made it interesting at least. They did force buy into that round with the Tech 9's head armor. Didn't really have to use the utility too much. Found the Tech 9 kills once again, but 7 plays 1 now, and they're going to be on another eco here. Just upgraded pistols, Tech 9, Desert Eagles, and PT-50. Boots coming in towards drop down. Going to be happy taken up then. He gets the first kill on towards Shocks as well. Still going to be battling towards middle. That's Apex. And he is found by Body. He's by himself, so no reflex coming in. They will be able to salvage a weapon here. That's Smiths. Picks up the M4 with 4 HP. You'd assume we'll be swapping that over to a teammate here, but looks like he actually wants to do something happen this. I would say it's a little bit silly. Could have given that back to a teammate and actually had the chance. Someone like Scream to try and get some captures there, but it's MDK going absolutely nuts. He does find 4 frags, all with the MP9 as well. Farms a lot of cash in the process there. He now has $8,500. So here we go then. It's still money not fully stabilised for G2. Can't get the AWP just yet, but he will have AKs, armour, and of course the nades as well.
8-1 for EnVyUs to start things off on Cobblestone.
The CT side, no less.
Absolutely so. Kenny S, AWP. Toward long, 2 rifles with him to get him in a better position. Devil going to be watching out toward long again this time. Seems like they're finally getting Devil into comfortable positions. Certainly in this map he's found his foot because he's been able to at least answer on the trades. This time it's a 1-for-1 again. Now, although the trade favors the T side, it does slow them enough for MBK to turn back, but Scream has 2 of his own. And finally a chance to get the bomb planted. It's going to be the flank rotation coming in from EnVyUs based on their positionings out toward long A. They're going to have to be quite quick about this.
They have got the entry kills required, and now the CT's rotating in. They are watching all the correct angles. They're not rushing the situation. Want to make sure the bomb is planted at the correct time. And there it is. Shocks takes an Apex. They've got a real strong chance here as well. Kanyet on the retake is actually happy from the upper ramp. It does take down Shocks with him. So 2-on-2. They have got kits. This kill's going to be huge. It's Scream to take him down. Now happy left in the 2v1 situation. It is very good in these clutches, but I think this might be a stretch too far. There it is. Scream with another headshot there. 4 kills this round map. When this guy goes off, it's always very impressive. In that tree area, boosted up after getting those entry frags as well. So lovely stuff from him, but once again, the reset is ever looming. They have to fully reset into this, and they're going to be having a lot of grenades purchased. So EnVyUs still have a hot chance of getting 2 rounds and forcing G2 on another double eco.
Kenny going to hold top of middle this time. Gap in that Cobblestone, he'll take advantage of it. Apex already going passive on long as well. That's going to give up the position which G2 slowly trying to evaluate and figure out if they can take advantage of. Bomb over toward the B tunnel as they also look at dropping Body. Wants to do damage to his old teammate Devil, who's been playing in that position throughout the entirety so far of the half.
It's G2 once again focusing towards our long A area. They have got full control over once again, so I'm talking about pushing the CTs back. It's Kenny S holding this position towards the top of middle. He's very good at getting frags from this point, so it's quite a defensive position. Once you get the kill, you always are falling back, and it's all down to whether you hit that first shot. But now G2 repositioning themselves back towards B. Smiths has got the AWP this time as well, so you'd assume here we're going towards the upper platform, trying to work the pick. He's slowly edging in. Devil, that's an audacious face. Not one I would recommend, especially if you're not really having backup from the teammate, but it's going to be Scream getting his next kill. 5 versus 3 now. Body's taken down to low HP. MDK needs to step up here. Drops the bomb. Spraying. Doing what he can, but it's not quite enough. 3 plays 2 now. Advantage in favour of G2. As you say that though, Kenny S finds a kill towards Smiths.
And they're split right now. The problem is that Body has the bomb, but he's only got 6 HP, so it's all too easy. You would say for Happy, who shoulder peeks, spots him, and then goes back in. It was like he was planned not to respond, but it does give Kenny a chance to still try and catch out Scream. Not going to happen. We know him for, yeah, whatever.
We did that joke to death yesterday, so.
8-3 now, reset avoided, but they still have a large reinvestment based on the fact that they lost 3 members, so. And this will be forced onto pistols. This is G2's chance back into the half.
Yeah, in terms of economy, this is where we go, chancing to stabilise everything. Finally, they have broken EnVyUs as well. They're just going to be having Desert Eagles and some P250s here. No real stack coming in from what I can see at the moment. This could be a default setup, and looks like G2 maybe just going for a straight up B play here. All 5 players towards the upper ramp, sticking together. Buddy system going to be used effectively. And Devil, just as a Desert Eagle. This would be an absolute masterclass if you could find anything from this.
Good start though for Scream again, this time to find Devil in return. But it's gone down to 26, and the Deagle finding one before that looks alright. Trying the flank. He's found by Shocks. He doesn't know there's 2 coming though, and Kenny's able to tap away and get him with the P250. That's going to give up an AK, so RPK, already considering the options that this is now a retake possibility, has turned back, and thankfully Body will turn down and find Apex. I haven't said Body's name much in terms of getting kills so far, but G2 struggling to find rounds early.
There it is. They do get their 4th though, so it's going to be 8 plays 4 now, but EnVyUs will have enough to buy into this round. I don't think they'll be the best buy you can see. I think as Apex is on low money. He's going for the 5-7 and head armor here. It's, I'd say I'd take the risk and not have the head armor like the rest of his team are doing, considering the situation, but we have got the AWP back onto Kenny S, who has been playing relatively well on the A side, and doing well in his rotations as well. Let's see what GT brings to the table this time. They have had a lot of success towards this long A area, getting control of that, falling back towards B. It's pretty much textbook CS in terms of how to play this map. Happy they're going for the face of this flashbang from danger. Not going to spot anything for it though, but RPK is aware of his position now. This frag is going to be huge. He's going to be happy getting the first one, but answered back straight away by RPK.
1 for 1. Terrorists trying to exploit that fact. MBK going to rotate back over, has to go passive. Already one player in stables, RPK. And MBK, I don't think, spotted that. So he's going to look up toward Hut, and RPK has this angle held right now. Watches him as he drops down, but can't find the shot. NBK still alive. Devil finds the shot on his Smithson. With bomb now down, NBK is going to shuffle. Gets off the ledge, goes back down in the smoke, and he gets the second shot onto RPK as well. It's on the body. Finds 2, but immediately taken down after.
There it is.
Apex gets 3 kills in that round.
Massive stuff from him, and they pick up the double AWP setup as well, so they go back to that for the last 2 rounds. Money still in the difficult times for G2. You can see 3 players, I think, will be on pistols here. Actually, Smith's can buy an AK as well, so potentially 2 Tech 9s coming in. It's going to be Shocks and Body. Shocks still yet to buy. Has he got a gun drop for him? Is he going Glock?
I mean, Shocks has the least amount of kills in the server right now, so he doesn't deserve a gun, Henry.
I'm going to say, if you get a Glock there, that's pretty bad times for him, but he has upgraded to a PT-50 here. 5 men towards B once again. They're hoping Scream can make something happen here. They're happy finds him. He's got a flashbang effectively onto the side though, and it's looking like EnVyUs stepping up once again though. Shocks does find the kill onto Happy, but still a 3-on-2 in favour of EnVyUs.
RPK now going to look inside of the site. Smoke deployed. Front Kenny S at the rock. Flash over top of that as well. Those are thrown by Shocks, who apparently not buying a gun. Doesn't matter because he's picked up the AK. See if he can finally get some openings with it. RPK, good shot, good accuracy, but taken down. Shocks does get Apex, but it's Kenny with the AWP that's now left in the one-on-one from afar. And the bomb dropped inside of the statue. Kenny just has to hold the angle, and Shocks needs to find a way to get across safely. And as he goes, Kenny, well, flower pot to save him. Let's go for the shooting practice. The nade takes Shocks down to 38 though, so Kenny's got an option to go for the pistol here. Try and get closer. One more shot with the AWP into the smoke, and he's going to hold on to that a little bit longer. Flash goes over to the right. Shocks sees it last minute, looks away. Kenny's desperate, hoping that he's going to pop out. Shocks is playing this so passively, and he'll take advantage of the smoke at the last possible second to look to get an escape up toward the B-long position. Potentially try and get away on this, but Kenny wants to hold it. Kenny wants to get inside of that smoke. The spray is going to discourage him. He hasn't found the kill yet. Kenny goes for the face, hits the shot, but does he have the time? He does. The kid's going to do this. Kenny, what a brilliant play.
Lovely stuff from him. Very patient. He didn't want to overextend it. Obviously with the AWP, those situations where you've got a player behind smoke and stuff, he did get the nade onto him and got him down to 38 HP, but he wasn't aware how much damage he did there. Forced him back towards the platform area. The fake defuse comes in with the smoke as well. It's actually really effective because had he died there, obviously it would have been a bit of a blunder, but the fact he stayed alive and forced Shocks out of position didn't really give too much away in terms of what was going on. He manages to pick up the round. It's 10-4 now in favour of EnVyUs. They hit double figures here on the CT side of Cobble. But G2 getting a plant down do have decent cash to work with at least. They have Tech 9s and AKs that has boosted what would have been a horrible round. But here we go then. Final round of the first half. It's looking like that 3-man setup towards long A once again. It's Apex going aggressive. Gets the first kill, looking for a double here. Not going to be happening as Smith takes him down. Shocks finds a kill onto Devil as well.
Slows things down considerably as Kenny falls back down through the stables. Smoke deployed late by him is going to be doubled up by NBK. Just flashes now left on EnVyUs' side. Smith's on the Tech 9, is the 6 HP player. He can afford to be a martyr if he has to in these situations. He can afford to try and find the information. They're going to flash NBK in. They want to try and offset this difference immediately, and NBK,
It's good positioning.
this is very good considering how late in the round it is, but his gun barrel, Smith, doesn't peek it, thankfully, and his NBK is actually going to fall off of that. If he stayed, I dare say he would have had a kill at least walk toward him, and now he's going to get caught out. Headshot as well, so despite he gets Smith's, who was at 6, he's damaged, weakened significantly, and Body's able to just drop him.
Yeah, 3-on-2 now. Now the terrorists trying to make their way to the bomb site. The problem is they have got Kenny S waiting for them to cross. They haven't got the smoke. They have got a Molotov, but they use it on the bomb site. It's probably the worst place to use it considering the position of Kenny S. The flashbang is effective though, so RPK gets in a decent position. They have made their way onto the bomb site though, so it will be planted, but Happy and Kenny S on the retake.
The bomb goes down. But RPK gets Kenny immediately when he jumps back in. Happy's going to try, but he's caught out by Shocks through the vent. So 10 plays 5 at the half. G2 starting off extremely slow. Took them 5 rounds just to pick up 1. Do manage to string together, 4 out of the last 6. So
that's when Scream was just kicking off at that point. These entry frags he was getting towards the latter stages of that half were absolutely insane. Some 4-mans, 3-mans, and clutch situations going in their favour, but ultimately EnVyUs hitting double figures on the CT side of Cobble. That's pretty massive for them, and it's looking like a very successful Cobble campaign so far. Pistol will mean everything for GT. They need to make sure they get this as we go into the second half. Now we'll have a look at the buy coming in. CTs, GT normally go for 5 sets of armor. You know, looking like that may happen this time. Body will be picking up the defuse kits and the 2 flashbangs. We'll have a look at EnVyUs as well. 4 sets of armor and Apex with the smoke grenade. So normally they've got actually a couple of pistol rounds they like to run EnVyUs. So they have the one where they smoke off towards Chicken Coop and split the B bomb sites. But it looks like they're actually changing that completely this time, actually rushing towards long A with 4 players. We'll see how this one goes down for them. Smith's falling back to their bomb site. Here's the footsteps. And they haven't really got the utility to hold them off. Let's see how this one goes down.
RPK.
It's like they're all around the world. So they rushed all the way to long A, pushed the CTs back.
I want to see them go back around the world. Let me call it toilet bowl.
Okay.
Because then the water just keeps spinning, you know? Get it?
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. But if Renegades did it, it would go the other direction.
Different hemisphere.
Scream flashed off though, so you're right. It is backed over to the B site. They try and force that rotation, but it's red. And G2's back in good position. Not to mention Scream still out towards the chicken coop. It's 3-2 in the trades though, as Happy finds 2 very quickly in RPK and Smiths. And MDK, he's going to close down the last man in the site. Leaves Body to try and rotate back in through the doorway, but never really had much ground.
An orthodox pistol, I have to say. I don't see that much these days. Rushing 4 players towards long A, pushing the CTs back, then instantly going back through danger and all the way back towards B. It's obviously works very effectively there, but like I said, EnVyUs normally do a slow-paced B play, and they normally smoke off Chicken Coop and just make their way in with flashbangs, but there it is. 11 plays 5. GT will be forcing up into this second round. The Eagles and CZs can be very effective at close range, especially on a map like Cobble. Scream going aggressive towards long A here. Does get dinked as well, and it's going to be Kenny has to pick up the kill with the Mac-10 and takes him down. I think RPK is trying to salvage the Desert Eagle, but he's only got a 5-7. We'll be just deciding to fall back here. An advantage in favour of EnVyUs, so.
Kenny refacing though in RPK. He's there, gets the shot with the 5-7. There's no need. That distance with an SMG.
Yeah, that's definitely not required. That's just a 50-50 play, facing it in that sort of range, but Happy does find the kill back, and he'll be making his way to the B side as well, looking to cause more. There's so many 1-on-X situations here for EnVyUs. This is such a big game for them. And they are going to rectify it with Devil taking out RPK. That should be the round secured, but a lot of questionable decisions.
Very much so. Shocks though, back over, crossing past the vent. Blown out by Apex, trying to get some damage into him as early as possible. Shocks is going to pursue it. He follows in his footsteps, but it's not going to do him any good. And EnVyUs now, 12 rounds onto the 5 that G2 accumulated in the first half.
Well, this will be a full eco as well coming in, so you can assume it's going to be 13 plays 5. G2 just have to take this on the chin, take a full eco here. RPK gets a P250, and Scream and the rest of his teammates will just be on absolutely nothing here. So we're going to round number 18. Apex will be the recon player. Here's the MP7. He's aware of the situation. He can probably throw himself into the bomb sites first and call if there is a stack, but Kenny S seems to be going to go in first here. Screw the MP7. I want the kills with my AK. Let's see what we can do here. Really make their way to the side very effectively. CTs just don't really have much to work with there. Shocks is trying to kill onto Happy, but this is now far removed from the map and the action as a smoked out a connector as well.
Kenny behind the rock as well. Also good position to hold off away from this bomb, which is being planted now. Thank you very much, Observer, to show us such. As MBK puts it down, but not looking good. Shocks just probably likely going to hold on to that AK-47. It's, again, as you say, money not perfect going into the first counter round. It's worth it for him to hold that. And they will slowly start to fade off of this. RPK just going to hold an off angle, hoping they make another kill. Best case scenario, get another kill and another gun.
Indeed. Well, they have got the AK in hand. Let's see what they can do to try and save this. Doesn't look like EnVyUs will be hunting right now. They want to just build as much bank as they can, make sure they have lots of rounds to play with. They know G2 will have guns regardless anyway, so it's not a huge deal. It's more interested in keeping their own weapons here. So there it is. 13 plays 5 now. EnVyUs coming close to map points. We're going to round number 19, and that saved AK does definitely help boost the economy a little bit of G2. No AWP though on Smiths. We talked about him before. It looked great yesterday. He's actually on 4 for 17 now, Matt. So that goes to show you how different days can affect different players here. He was lights out yesterday, carrying them in certain situations. We didn't see them on Cobble, to be fair.
No, we did not, but this is, you're dead right, a different side of the coin for Smiths. EnVyUs going for the quick execution. Couple flashes popped over. Apex going to try and advance with those now out. It's MP7 for him, so he can afford to go in early, try and get that information. Shox has the kit. That's all due to the fact that he saves the AK. He's able to bring out a little bit more utility. And drop down the bomb. Scream with the kill, but MBK, he's gotten across. Good tap from Scream. Finds MBK again, though. And with the smoke on the alley and Drop giving up, he's got to go more passive, but he's going to hold the ground. They can't get across toward the bomb at all, and he's going to bring 2 players over his way from A site. And they'll hold from the archway inside the drop. This is smart, though. This is a way to catch them off. They wouldn't expect the boost. And Kenny, he only gets the 1. RPK is able to hold it. He can't keep the trigger discipline aligned. But Smiths, the man you call out, is going to clutch it in the one-on-one.
Scream just doesn't want to go down without a fight here. He's on 18 kills right now. Every situation they're up against the ropes, he seems to find kills out of nowhere. Headshots, of course. And it's going to be 13-6. But like I said before, EnVyUs have built up a decent bankroll here. They will be forcing into this one. They actually had enough money to do a full investment, but they're actually going for the more conservative play. Something I don't think I've ever said about EnVyUs. They always seem to force into every opportunity they ever get themselves into. Maybe this is a new approach, perhaps.
A revolution.
Oh, indeed. I think Happy's calling now as well. They changed it from MBK. So, got a B-rush coming in. It's going to be Scream opening things up once again. Oh, Kenny Hester with their Tech-9 doing some work.
Well, it's just he and Happy that remains, but he's picked up an AK, Kenny. Unfortunately for him, RPK's there, but you're dead right. Bomb plant will help. Happy flash off the edge of the flower pot, the tree bed, whatever you want to call it, Henry G.
I want to call it the tree bed.
Tree bed?
Yes.
You just like beds.
I knew what you wanted.
Alright.
I mean, when you're asleep and you're not.
Oh, okay, alright. I'm sleeping on the floor tonight.
I'm not even going to my own house. Don't worry about it.
It's true.
So if you want to sleep on the floor, be my guest.
I will.
That's where you feel most at home. But 13 plays 7 now. EnVyUs, like I said, after getting that bomb down, and actually with a conservative partial buy last round, we'll have a full buy this time. We can see the money for G2. Scream actually with no nades whatsoever, but it turns out he doesn't really need them. He just needs people in front of him to walk into his crosshair and then light them up. Around 21 now. Rolling with the AK-47. 3 players with G2 toward the A side of the map as well, going for that crossfire mentality. Kenny S is holding strong towards the top of the middle. The rest of his teammates do work towards B. MDK to be flashing through the first smoke here. There's another one waiting on the other side.
Body. Trying to get a little bit more aggressive in that alleyway. But he doesn't play it in the same fashion that Devil did, that's for sure, because Devil was far more aggressive, far closer to the choke point. With that hole in the wall, and they give up so passively. Passive on both approaches. If Body plays that far back, and Shox gives up that much at drop room, there has to be an answer. There has to be a game plan here, and it's just sitting ducks right now because of flash in, and Body's gone as well. Execution swift from EnVyUs, no less, but the fact that it's just down to Smiths. 1 versus 3. Bomb is dropped back in the tunnels, though. That's one thing that will buy him time. If he could find 1 kill, isolate out Kenny S, there might have been a chance with timing, but Kenny gets the kill. I mean, that's just so passive on both sides of the bomb site.
Absolutely. It's Apex going absolutely nuts there until his drop down, gets 2 frags, opens that side of the map, and gets the rotations as well. As you said, G2 going for a little bit of a risky play towards the A bomb site, hoping that would work out for them, but EnVyUs reading it perfectly. And they've actually forced G2 in a difficult position now. They have got the AWP on Smiths, but it's not like he's been going big this game. It's been very quiet affair from him. 3 pistols and 1 M4 towards Shox. I think you want to give that M4 to Scream, to be honest, from what I've seen so far. It's the only real chance they've got, but he's in the CZ on the upper platform so far. Molotov's coming in, and EnVyUs now in a very passive hold. They know what's happened here in terms of the money for G2.
Smoke out. Scream playing forward of it. CZ 75 for him to try and utilize. The off angle, but the flash comes through, and he's spotted by MBK, who advances. Well-timed flash. EnVyUs working with each other perfectly, and already Smiths with an AWP looking to save.
That's pretty much all he can do here.
15-7. Going to be map point already for EnVyUs. On map 1 of the French Revolution.
I thought you said it was like the
French battle.
The French battle.
I don't know. What other war references can we get in France? Retreating.
Oh, God.
Divide and conquer?
Yeah.
Divide and conquer, we'll go with that one. Which is what they've done to LDLC's team by taking Body and Devil.
That's good. Well, to be fair, I'm sure LDLC made a pretty penny out of that transaction, so I'm sure they're alright with that, don't worry. Two very established and well-paid orcs.
Well, either way, NBK. Gonna go hunting for these remaining guns. The AK that's picked up by RPK, saved into the next round. More importantly, the AWP that's in the hands of Smiths, but chances of him doing anything with it, well, he's been quiet so far in this game, that's for sure.
15 plays 7 now, and they have got the AWP, as you said, but they're going to be coming in with Novas, Max 7s, AWP, and an AK and a 5.7. So you'd assume, I know Smiths absolutely goes off this round, which he, like you said, hasn't been doing whatsoever. This should be going 1-0 in favour of EnVyUs. They look very good, actually, so far in the second half. G2 unable to really step up. They've won a couple of rounds here and there, but getting reset time and time again. The force play is not really working in their favour. And a faster play this time. Devil leading the charge towards long A, looking for this first frag, but the CTs are more passive this time. Not going to be showing that 3-man stack, and it's going horribly wrong. But somehow they step up. They get the first 2 kills, instantly replied, and now 3-on-3, and a heavy utility advantage in favour of the terrorists.
And Scream, he's the only one inside of the site. He's behind the van. He's already spotted up. MBK's on 5 HP, so can't go for the peek immediately. He's got the bag 7. He wants the jump. Little does he know that it's 5 HP, or he would have already faced this situation. He will now, misses it up close. Now he's going to get taken down potentially from behind because they've racked in, and that is unfortunate. 16-7, Envy take first map. Not what we were necessarily looking to claim with G2.
Yeah, from what we saw yesterday, based on what we saw from Body, it's difficult to say how they're going to approach every single map. Obviously, bringing a new player in. Hi. What's that?